Okay, so getting back into our coverage over Ultimate Spider-Man, we're now entering the second story arc. And really, we have been seeing all these different kinds of previews out there, basically telling us the second story arc is going to be the Sinister Six. And I kind of want to see how Jonathan Hickman is going to bring in the different members of the Sinister Six. But we do pick up with Peter Parker, Harry Osborn, and Dr. Octavius. Now, we have to remember that this is the first time Peter Parker is meeting Doc Ock, but at the same time, it's also Peter realizing how smart Doc Ock truly is. Now, with that being said, it's also Doc Ock giving us more information about the actual suits that Peter and Harry wear out in the field. The Spider-Man suit, the Green Goblin suit. Now remember, Doc Ock was the one who kind of created Harry's Green Goblin suit. Because remember, when it came to Harry Osborn, once he was able to buy the remains of Stark's company, he was able to find a secret lab that held all these different Iron Man suits, but it also had all these different files about the Maker and his council as well. But either way, when it came to Doc Ock, once he was able to go through all those different files, he was actually able to build a Green Goblin suit for Harry to use. Now, you do have Doc Ock tell us that the Green Goblin suit and also Peter's suit both run on the same network, a network that was actually built by Tony Stark. Now, the whole idea of this network is actually a big callback to the earlier parts of our coverage over the Ultimates. Because remember, when it came to Tony Stark, after he learned that the Maker made sure that certain people would not have the ability to become heroes, you had Tony say, you know what, let's fix that. So he left behind all these different kinds of containers that held different kind of tech stuff to give someone the ability to become the hero they were supposed to be. And all these different kind of tech or containers were being run on the same network. It also explains how Harry was able to turn off Peter's mask a couple of chapters ago in Ultimate Spider-Man. Either way, when it comes to Doc Ock, he also tells us that when it comes to Peter and Harry's suits, they both have the ability to have an AI inside of them. Now, these AIs are supposed to help out Peter and Harry out in the field. Now, Doc Ock says each AI needs its own kind of personality. Now, for Peter, he's down with the idea of his AI having the same personality as him, basically talking to himself. But for Harry Osborn, he wants his AI to talk and act just like his father, Norman Osborn. And that's going to be really important in later parts of today's video. But now we jump over to Gwen Stacy and also Mary Jane. Sorry, Gwen Osborn, because in this reality, Gwen is married to Harry Osborn. Either way, though, let's not forget that Gwen gave Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson a lot of money to kind of help get their company off the ground. Because remember, those two guys are trying to create their own paper that is completely different from the Daily Bugle. And also, they have more freedom to talk about different thing they couldn't talk about over at the Daily Bugle. But the problem is when you have Mary Jane and Gwen go over to the office of this new company, well, JJ and Uncle Ben are not there. And the question is, where in the world are they? And we learned that Uncle Ben and JJ are meeting up with Robbie Robertson. Now, Robbie, he still works at the Daily Bugle, but the thing is, he's kind of like a spy now for Uncle Ben and JJ because he's able to collect different pieces of information that is not going to be used at the Daily Bugle, but could be used over on the paper that's owned by JJ and Uncle Ben. And so technically Robbie is a spy for our two guys here. And honestly, I kind of like that for the character. It is a tad bit different for him. But now we have to jump over to Captain Britain. Now, Captain Britain is part of the Maker's Council. For me, the upper ranking of Maker's Council. Either way, you have Captain Britain meeting up with the Kingpin, because the Kingpin is the ruler of this area of the world the Maker had built. Now, for Captain Britain, he had gave Kingpin one of his agents. We do learn that the one he gave over to Kingpin was Bullseye. And as we know, Bullseye is currently being held by the Green Goblin, Harry Osborn. And so for Kingpin, he kind of like, listen, I have no idea what happened to my agent, the one you gave me, but like, my goal is to get paid back against the people who are trying to ruin me. So Spider-Man and also the Green Goblin. Now, for Captain Britain, he does have more bullseyes that he can hand over to Kingpin to use against our heroes. But you have Kingpin say, no, I have a different plan in mind. And that plan is to use the Sinister Six. And so just like that, is Hickman saying, hey guys, listen, it's coming very soon. We're going to see the Sinister Six going after Green Goblin, going after Spider-Man, and that'll be one heck of a battle coming very soon. But getting back over to Harry and also Peter, we have the two characters right now just going through a training moment, but also trying to use their AIs in the middle of this training moment. Now, when it comes to Peter's AI, it's just Peter again. He made sure his AI think and act just like him. But for Harry, his AI is thinking and acting like Norman Osborn. Now, let's not forget that Norman and Harry did not really have a great relationship with one another in this reality. To Norman, Harry was just one big huge disappointment. And so in the entire time you have Peter and Harry fighting in this training session, you have the AI that's thinking and acting like Norman, just talking down to Harry about the idea of not being good enough to live up to his father's image. That right now Harry is a huge disappointment because he cannot take down Spider-Man. And it really shows that it does get to Harry to the point where he kind of goes too far and sends Peter flying across the room. Now at the end of the training session, you have Doc Ock realize that there's a third signal on the network right now that's nearby Peter and Harry. Now, at first, I thought, okay, it has to be a member of the Sinister Six, but it's not. It's actually Iron Lad. It's Tony Stark. Because let's not forget, he told Peter, I'll be back in a few months, and I'm hoping by then you're truly a hero because I need your help down the road. And so now we see that this is Iron Lad coming to Peter saying, hey, I laughed at you for a few months. I need to know right now, are you truly ready to be a hero? Or if you are a hero and you are ready to help me, which means the next issue is going to be Iron Lad going up against Peter Parker and Harry Osborn. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.